Hey guys, it's Tuesday afternoon and we have another Speedway chat show. Tonight we've got Sam Masters. It's going to be a brilliant show. We've just been chatting to him just before we go live. How are you, Wilbur?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Start to go into lockdown in 2 days in the UK and it's going mental here. So, should we start the show?
Let's do it.
Let's go for it. Make sure during the intro you comment, tell us where you are, ask any questions, get it in the comments. Let's get this show seen by as many people as we possibly can. And here we go. So, Wilbur, how's your week been?
It's been pretty good. It's very hectic here right now. We have the presidential election coming up right now, so it's very it's pretty crazy right now. It's crazy.
And we're going to touch on it later as well. But you heard the news about the extra league bringing in new rules for riders and things like that.
Yeah, it's a whole thing going on everywhere right now. I mean, we have the election here in the States, we have the lockdowns in UK, we have this new crazy rule in the extra league, and we get to hear from the man himself, Sam Masters, what he thinks of everything. So it's going to be interesting.
It's going to be interesting. So just before we jump straight into it, I want to say a massive thanks to SP2A Speedway. These guys help us out with advertising for the show. Couldn't do it without them. These guys are amazing, Ian, Jordan, and we've got some really exciting news. I was hoping to talk about what we're doing with SP2A Speedway today, but we're going to leave it till next week. So there's going to be a big announcement where we've finally got a few things crossed off that we're actually going to make this project happen. So
it's going to be awesome.
It's going to be awesome. So that'll be next week. Watch. We got Jason Doyle on next week too. So there's even more reason to watch and find out what we're doing. But I mean, me and Wilbur were talking about an intro for Sam Masters. We were thinking, what can we do to intro Sam Masters?
You know what? We don't have to say anything else. We'll just leave it to the man himself to do it.
Did you come up with any good ideas, Wilbur?
For an intro?
Yeah.
Nope, but I know someone who does.
All right, here we go. Well, let's introduce him then and see if he can help us. Charity, can you help us with an intro for Sam Masters?
Sam who?
Sam Masters.
Samurai Masters, sorry.
And this is completely off the cuff, eh, Charity?
It's always off the cuff with me. Look, I've wanted to do this for a while. I think the story that we're going to hear tonight from Sam Teagan and Lenny is a brilliant one. But look, the Speedway chat show's back, and we're about to have a chat. You know, you better believe it, in case you haven't seen it. We're talking to the riders. We're talking to the fans. So give us a thumbs up and comment when you can. Tonight we have a guest, and some say he's the fastest. Please welcome to the chat show, Australia's Sam Masters.
I love it.
How was that for an intro?
Well done, mate.
How are you, Sam? You good?
Very good, thank you. How are you?
Pretty good. How's your first winter in the UK?
I haven't done it yet.
Looking forward to it?
Maybe ask me in March if I make it.
We didn't hear that. It was some sort of crackle then. What did you say?
I heard him.
Oh, right.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, we haven't done the winter yet, so maybe you can ask me in March and see what I think about it then.
See how it was.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Sam, thanks for coming on, mate. We spoke throughout the year, and what a year it's been for you and your young family, pal. I guess I guess for me, the story begins. You arrive in the UK in March, like everyone, just before, and we'll take it from there, mate. Well, you're here 5 days.
Yeah, we flew over, seeing this coronavirus stuff going on, and I didn't think much of it, And my dad sort of said to be careful and whatever. And yeah, it's actually weird. Everything that was happening on in the world. We stopped over in where was it, Doha, and this lady didn't speak any English, seen Lenny and thought he was cute with all the stuff going on. Come and kissed him on the forehead, I was like, wow,
Right,
everything going on. I don't really know what to do here, but anyway, it was all good. We got to the UK. We were renting a house again here, like not far from Wolverhampton, and we're in there for 8 days. Got all our stuff in there, ready for the season. Yeah, 8 days later, we were packing up and we were going back to Australia. So,
and how old was young Lenny then? He was he 6 months or so, was he?
So what? He was born in September 18th. So this is March. So yeah.
I've done it a few times with Ella and with Jay being kids. Sometimes the younger they are, the better they are on the flight.
Yeah.
In terms of they sleep, but I guess you're back in Australia a week later, thinking what just happened. I guess was it, mate? Or
yeah, well, so we were sitting there, and I was starting to build the bikes and getting everything sorted for the season. I don't know, a lot done anyway, but we were sort of just sitting around, done a practice at King's Land with Doyley and Rory, and Ricky Wells was there, and they didn't really say much about it, but I kept hearing about it, so I thought I'll listen to like a podcast on the way back home from King's Land, and I thought, this is getting real, What is this? What's happening? And a few people called me and said, Sam, you need to go home, I think. And I was like, we'll wait. And then Harry and Jules, our good friends, they rang me one night, like 10 o'clock at night, and I think they're normally in bed a little bit earlier than that. And I looked at Tegan when the phone was ringing. I thought, something's going on here. And they said, Sam, you need to get out. Like, I said, all right. If you're telling me that, I need to go. So we just packed everything up, put it in boxes, threw it in the workshop, and flight the next day home. Yeah, with a newborn baby, which wasn't too bad. He was sleeping a lot at the time, so it wasn't that hard. But,
well,
yeah.
I was in Australia and I hit you up, and I was going to Newcastle, and you left like the day before I got to Newcastle, and then I went to Melbourne. And when I was in Melbourne, you was already back in Australia, and it was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, man, it was all pretty hectic. Yeah, like you said, it wasn't until we got back home to Australia we were like, wow, what's just happened in the last 2 weeks? Like we didn't think we'd be home here at home that quick, but it had to be done, and it was the best decision we made, really, to go home.
So you're back home where we just got shut down. From our point of view, and we spoke about it before, I was playing poker at a pub on a Sunday and said, I'll see you next week. And on the Tuesday, we're told to stay home. And
yeah.
So we go over to Australia, and things aren't kicking off too much. I know you went to Curry and had a practice. Boise's running his Speedway experience program with the youngsters. You turn up, you're keeping active. So what was the next step? Because I remember you flying into the UK. Next thing I know, you, Tegan, and Lenny in a van driving off to Poland. What was the process in that?
Yeah, so we got home to Aussie, and we had to isolate for 2 weeks at home, which wasn't too bad. The weather was still good. We were having barbecues every day, and we were sort of, but it was a big hype up for the season, training and getting fit and doing all the right things, to then just going, all right, we've got a bit of time now. We can eat burgers and maybe have a few beers and drinks and just chill out now and see what the year brings. But then after our 2 weeks, I'm in an hour and whether the season was going to start, and I thought I better keep busy and occupied. So I was on the push bike and the motocross bike pretty much every day. So, and in Australia, the coronavirus didn't really change too much. A lot of pubs and that sort of shut, but we could still do everything else we wanted to do. So I just continued to do that, and then the season all of a sudden said, I wasn't coming, actually. I wasn't even going to come at all. And Ostrov said to me that if I could come over, I could double up with Ostrov and riding the second division in Apollo in the second division. I thought, yeah, beauty, I'll come then. That sort of got us to come, and then we came over, got in a van from England, drove out to that flight again with Lenny. This time he thought it was bloody 10-pin bowling down the alley, went down the alleyway in the aeroplane, and that was pretty hectic. And anyway, we got to Poland. Didn't know if we were allowed to drive over. We sort of just was winging it. I kind of thought I could with the contract in Poland, but I sort of felt like I was smuggling Tegan and Lenny in a bit. Anyway, we get there, all good, couple of practices, ready to start my first meet, and then they tell me you can't double up. So I was just like, wow, man. So then we went hanging around going, what are we doing here?
What was the reason behind that, Sam?
I don't really know. I don't really understand it, but what I can kind of gather is Ostrov you could only double up. I could only double up for some reason. So Ostrov released me, Apollo Club signed me, and then I went to try and do like both, but PZM or whoever the bosses are said that, Ostrov, you've already let him go. You can't take him back now. So he's gone. And I was like, what the hell? Can I double up with another club? No, you can only do one league. And then all these other guys are doubling up and everything, and I'm just going like, man, we should have stayed in Australia, you know. And I was doing a pest control course in Australia. Anyway, we end up getting into Sweden, and it ended up being pretty good, to be honest. So it was all right. But, yeah, at first there, I was thinking to myself, I've dragged my family all the way over here. Am I going to earn enough money to look after them, you know? But anyway, we got the season going, and it was all good in the end. Once I started doing Sweden, I could be busy, so it ended up all right.
Wow. Jesus. With a newborn as well, non-speaking country. Jeez.
Yeah, it was pretty stressful. I was pretty stressed. I don't normally stress. I'm pretty laid back, I think, normally, but I was like flipping here a bit. Thought, you know, I wish I just stayed at home in Australia, safe. But anyway, we took the risk. I think you got to take risks in life to go forward, and it ended up being all right. So, yeah, and we had a lot of people to help us out along the way, which was cool. So.
Yeah, I think we got a photo, Jerry, that you posted, Sam. Looks like your adopted Polish family. When you left, you might have said thanks.
Yeah, there they are.
So it looks like in the background a big Polish spread of food. And
yep. That was a good night. That was one of the last nights, actually, when we were in Poland. So, but that's the Plomic family. They've looked after me for a few years now. So, massive thank you to them for always looking after us. I suppose not many people there speak English either, so it's a little bit of a language barrier, but we always have a good time somehow.
Hey, alcohol's the international language, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I start speaking Polish after a couple.
Yeah.
I've been there as well.
You always learn the swear ones first, though.
I'm not rude.
Anyway, before Wilbur asks you a question regarding Poland, where is Lenny? Let's have a look at the little fella.
Oh, he's down here. Stuck a show on just so he keeps quiet while got his toys out.
Ah, awesome. Hey, Lenny.
The boss.
We'll just grab you and put you in the limelight, Teagues. How was it when Sam trundled off to Sweden and you live and went in a non-English speaking country with a newborn?
It was different.
Yeah.
At first, it was a bit hard because it was really just me. You know, I didn't have our parents or some friends down the road. I knew no one. So at first it was hard, but you just get on with it, don't you? So,
it's so easy to see why relationships last so long when the bloke's batting way above his weight, Teagues. I'm really. I said to Sam the other day on the phone, Tegan, I'm absolutely amazed by your story. I know James and Lindsay had the other scenario where his newborn was born and he was in Poland, but I got massive respect for you because obviously Lenny puts a different dimension into it. Your usual base is the UK. You're in a foreign language. Sam's trundling off to Sweden to do his job. And, you know, the first year of being a parent, especially a mother as well, it was difficult. So from me to you on a personal note, I reckon this is going to make not only your relationship what it is stronger, but you as parents, because it's a massive undertaking what you did this year with the pandemic and just being parents in general. And then, you know, Sam going off and riding the way he did, knowing that you were back in Poland when he was in Sweden.
Yeah, thank you. You just get on with it, don't you? Like,
Don't cry.
Oh, nice. Oh, wonderful. And you're looking good, Teagues, as well.
Thank you.
She doesn't know what to say, I don't think. She's lost the words.
Yeah, I'm usually the one in the back there. So
yeah.
Your limelight with the international nobody.
Maybe on the bottom of the Meredith, we'll make it about her.
Yeah. Lenny's up now. Is he walking, Sam?
Oh, he's all but. Yeah.
Oh, wicked. Look at him. Wilbs, remind you of you?
Yes.
Does it?
I mean,
you still look that old.
Oh, okay. I see how it is. No, but I mean, massive respect to you guys. I mean, we did it for so many years, and my mom has done it. And for her to, you know, luckily she was in her home country, but I mean, there were some times where back in the day where it was hard to even watch the races online and stuff like that. So, I mean, we'd be following some of the GPs through a website like Sportova Fakti and whatever, you know, to look through and to just check scores. And you'll see that someone's crashed and you're like, oh, crap. And for you to do that, especially now with the circumstances that's going on, is absolutely crazy, and massive respect to you guys.
Thank you very much, mate. Yeah, I could imagine it was a little bit more difficult back then because you couldn't translate everything as well as you can these days.
It was looking at the scores 3-2-1-0, and if there's any undertext underneath there, you just copy paste into Google Translate to find out what happened. You know.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I got to see, or not see, but found out about my dad winning the world title was over a message that my mom got, like he won it, like because we weren't able to see it. Yeah, so crazy. It's like, oh, he won it. We're like, are you serious? It's just it's absolutely crazy.
What's next?
Yeah. What's next?
Should we have been there?
Yeah. Wait a second.
Oh, he was actually in the running for it. Oh. But look, you're one of three, Wilbur, aren't you, as well? Last week, we had a show, Sam, and we actually spent more time after the show chatting with Wilbur's brothers and me and Jerry for about an hour and a half after the show ended, which leads into Wilbur looking up to his dad, and he's gone down the Speedway, the 250 national champion. Billy's not real too keen on Speedway, and King Carl wants to be everything under the sun. Aspirations for Lenny?
No.
Golf.
No, golf.
Yeah, golf. I like golf.
Talking of golf, wait. Where are you talking of golf? We've got some. Here we go.
You don't want to see me. Don't.
So, Childsy, well, what I'll say is Sam said earlier, have you got the video of Childsy dancing with a pirate? And I said, no, I haven't got the video of Childsy dancing with a pirate. And we couldn't find it. We didn't know nothing about it. I've never heard about this video before until Sam dropped him in it. And then me and Wilbur have gone on this little wormhole on social media, finding videos of Childsy. And one of the things that he this is the World Speedway World
Team Cup.
It's a World Cup, and there's obviously Darty.
Where are you from? Australia. Yellow pole.
Childsy, as you can see, is in the worst position you could possibly be in.
An 8-iron or something he's hitting there?
Darcy, the only one not to use a driver.
Yeah, it's just like an 8-iron or something. I don't even know what that was.
Your name, where you from, how far you hitting? Chris Holder up in Australia, and I'm hitting out of the park. On the ground, I mean. Who's next? What's your name, where you from, how far you hitting the ball?
Not too far today, pal.
What's your name? It's kind of shoot. I was trying to think of it.
This is in Sweden, Sam.
Oh, right, okay.
I think it's the 11th.
But this one's not that,
Under pressure.
that bad. We got Davey Watt, and then it goes to
somewhere anyway.
we got Lemo, left-handed.
How's him as a team boss?
It's not bad at all.
And then JC. He whacks it, doesn't he?
Steve Mallet.
Steve Mallet. He's the fire starter. How far is this one going, JC?
See that red flag just there?
Yeah.
I'll be happy if it goes beyond that.
So obviously it doesn't stop there, and I know this show's about Sam, but
oh man.
And I'm World Cup Charlesy, and this one's going out the ballpark. Fire me out, Chris.
Until
Just
it's
the phone to
older,
Chris, like, film me.
yeah,
You gotta watch it.
Look away.
it's the wrong way round.
What are you going for?
Yeah, like this.
Ballpark.
Oh, you're
I'm
out.
going for 4 digits at slat over.
On the
It
banner.
goes, man. It goes.
Hey!
That was a good shot. That was a really good shot.
At my friend's how you play golf.
You
All right,
really want him to play golf, Sam?
Pirate video.
I'll send you Norway for some lessons.
Yeah, hey, I'll
you
tell you what, I got down to handicap a 9 once.
He was telling me last week.
Yeah, you got to play like to get single digits in golf. It's 2 or 3 times a week. My brother-in-law picked it up, and as soon as you get a decent level, you think you're going to turn pro, don't you?
Yeah.
But this one's for you, Sam.
Here we go.
Yeah, this is when Chelsea's not playing golf. He's chatting up pirates in Denmark.
I can't believe it, honestly. Thanks, Sam. Fuck.
Wow.
Oh, you're right.
Here he comes. There's some moves coming about now.
Oh, it's a good shopping centre.
Here he's coming back. He's coming back for some more.
You thought that was all over from there.
The robot.
Oh, the robot.
What are we watching?
What are you doing? What are you
Was
doing
that
to
the-
him now?
Was that the
Oh.
windmill?
What's that?
Fair play for you to finding this.
That was in Voynes, and
I don't know why I always remember that, eh?
oh,
So funny.
I wasn't even there. I just
But Chelsea had a few alternative careers,
yeah.
didn't you, Chelsea?
Oh fuck, where's it going now? This is about Sam, mate, the fastest guy out of
I know, but this is so good. So
Well,
here's
they-
Chelsea when he was a co-pilot.
Pre-Grand Prix Croatia, the warm-up in the hill climb, in the big car. We've got a little bit sideways, and here's the passage. Get out of the way! With the left-hander. Whoa! Oh, CH, what a way to warm up to this Croatian 2000 Grand Prix. We've lost the parking ticket from the front. Oh, fuck, we have.
Oh, we have.
Oh, we got traffic. We're going to have him. Oh, here we go. Oh, the gear change like no gears on a speedway bike. 500cc methanol powered. Running through a blitz carburation as we're approaching the right-hander now. Back to second gear for the little Hyundai 120. Up now to a quick left-hander for the flip-flap. Over the crest like Paulo Rouge. Through Eau Rouge now. Down this little quick straight. Now we've found third gear. Back down to second, the clutch. He's holding third. Mistake there by the Monster Energy driver. Lucky we're not drinking Red Cow. A quick right-hander now. Not so quick as CH negotiates turn 3. Up to now to the stop sign. And that, my friends, was the handbrake.
It's the skid at the end.
Never really
Right.
again.
Oh, mate,
Let's go.
It still goes on though. Those times, Sam, don't they? When you know, don't they? Oh, I don't know.
I hope they do.
Oh
You found
man,
these quickly.
what's that?
You found them fast, Jerry.
Yeah. No, well,
It's
it
not
literally
hard.
was one after the other. Once we found one, we found loads. We were like, well,
I literally forgot about those videos. There's one dancing with a drunk bloke in Poland that he hasn't found yet.
Go.
Bring back the World Cup.
Jerry the PI.
Yeah.
Mate, how good for you, Sam? I guess you're one of those riders, mate, who I wouldn't say lost out, but obviously it's condensed to a two-man team instead of, like a seven-man squad. Do you think that's the right way forward in terms of experience for riders to be introduced to top level competition, if that makes sense, mate?
You're right. I do get sort of pushed out of that because I'm never really the top two in Australia. But I may be top 5 somewhere, sometime, if I'm on my game. So
2017 Australia #1.
Yeah, well, clearly weren't there. But I don't like the Speedway Nations. Never really have. I think from opinions in Australia, a lot of the fans over there love to follow it. So the more Australians in there, the more Australian fans, I suppose. They don't really watch Speedway, so they only follow the people they know.
Yeah.
Sort of thing, Like you do get your white art opinions and whatever, but it's a bit different to Europe. So
there's no teams.
Then with the World Cup, you got a group of boys away together, and Aussies away together can get out of hand, but it's fun. So I don't like the Nations bring back the World Cup. 5 riders, I reckon, do.
Yeah, look, I just think for the progression of the sport, we need more people introduced. Like, you can be number 5 in the Australian team, but you know what that extra bit is that you need in yourself, in your equipment, in your skill level.
Didn't Doyle do the World Team Cup, and wasn't that the meeting that he had that real good meeting, and then all of a sudden he sort of like put his foot on the world stage, if you know what I mean? He sort of came out of nowhere, didn't he? Because he wasn't expecting him to do well. I'm pretty sure it was Doyle that did that.
Yeah, probably, mate. When you ride for Australia, you get that. You put that extra in somehow. I don't know where it comes from, but I rode the World Cup for Australia in Bellevue, and I had not a bad meeting. I didn't continue to do what Doyle did for some reason, but yeah,
you still got time. He's older than you.
Yeah,
it doesn't. I don't know. It's a different feeling when you're racing for Australia, and the whole team that's with you are Australians as well. You don't have any other Europeans in the team, so they're right behind you, and it's a good feeling. So I reckon, yeah.
I think we got a photo of you in a young Australian. Where was this one with the old boxing kangaroo, Sam? Old Jerry, the IT expert, will bring it up.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, look at the glass.
Some shades there.
Wow. That was at Lakeside. That was.
Is it Lakeside? It looks like because look at the fence just behind your right arm.
It's funny getting all these under 21 European teams. I think there was like Czech and I can't even Denmark and that. There's that more bent bikes than straight bikes at the end of that meeting coming to Lakeside. No airbags left.
I think that happened to anyone that turned up to either Eastbourne or Lakeside that come from Australia, especially.
What do you think of these European under 21 kids that only know one way? Yeah, it's I was interested. That's glasses. What are they doing?
Yeah, look, Sam, you've I think we've got to. You haven't really changed much over the years. I think there's a younger one of you. Hey, that was before Tegan come on board. I can tell you that.
It's probably when she was chasing.
That's what she was chasing me.
We will talk about that one in a sec. Just to let you know, kids, don't phone and drive. Chris Holder was driving. I wasn't driving, but I wouldn't drive like that. So just to be responsible, There was actually a follow-up video to that one, a little bit longer, with Andy in the back hanging on for grim life. One of Chris's sponsors was in the back of that car.
Yeah, we have got that as well.
Look, you got your shot at the Grand Prix, and no better way to do it than in Australia. And one of Australia's toughest up-and-coming riders goes head-to-head with arguably one of the toughest riders in the world, Sam.
That was a good night. That
wasn't the first thing you hit. The first thing I ever seen you hit was the perplex divider at Newport Speedway.
Jesus,
yeah. We got a video.
Broken, mate. I only pushed that perspex out.
Yeah, nothing at Newport was strong.
Before we go on to this
flammable.
story, we need to have this discussion. Hang on.
Okay, Wilkes, what are we having?
Oh wait, where'd he go?
That's Wilkes Island he just bought. Oh, right, cool.
So new rule in the Polish Extra League 2021: you can only drive a one league outside the Polish Extra League. This is Nicky Pedersen's words. What's going on in the speedway world? It is really Poland that should sit on all the laws and rules. Where are all the other countries? Where is the cooperation and respect between countries? Sam, what's your take on this?
Yeah, I don't believe in that at all. The Extra League seem to be trying to make rules as they go and for their own sake. I don't know what they get out of only having riders ride in Poland. I don't understand it at all. I'm not an Extra League, so it doesn't apply to me. But Nicky obviously wants to race in Sweden and England, I suppose. And you can't stop someone from working, I don't think, So I don't believe in that at all. If you can get the boys to ride as much as they can, then and if the clubs are behind that, I don't know if they are. The clubs obviously love us to practice and whatever out in Poland, but isn't it better if your rider is in racing? I think that's better than any sort of practice, So I don't believe in that at all. I wouldn't. Yeah, if that come out in my league in Poland, I probably wouldn't do Poland because I need a race. But as you can see, like riders like Doyley and Troy Batchelor and that, they have said this year that they rather race. They were missing racing more. So for the club's sake, it's better for us Aussies anyway to. It should just be up to the rider what they do if they want to race or if they don't. So. That's silly.
I spoke to Lemo earlier today, and I was saying to him, for if that rule the rule has come in, but he's got like Jamin, Dan Bewley, and Brady Kurtz all in his team. That if they're all riding Extra Liga, who's left in the UK for those Premiership teams to pick from? You're then going to weaken the British League, which I know Poland don't care whether they weaken the British League, but
that's what they're
the more good speedway there is, the more the profile of the sport's going to go up. By just having it in Poland is making the speedway as a product globally a weaker product. It's not as good.
It's a bit of tunnel.
I mean, so. Yeah, and they also announced that rule that if you didn't make a squad because of their new rules and their under 21 or under 24, that they had to have one of those. If you didn't make the squad, you were allowed to ride in the league underneath for 20% of the pay.
Oh yeah, that's gonna work.
What?
They're only thinking about themselves here, I think, whoever's making it.
And they're just trying to put money in their own pocket. I mean, it's like you're killing the sport by doing this. And I don't know how vocal I can be. I don't know if this is going to ruin my career or something.
I'll go up, Wilbur.
This is the most stupid rule I have ever heard of. And for riders to not have a say in what they want to ride, like who they want to ride for and where they want to ride, is the most stupid thing ever. Like, you're killing the sport by doing this, and cooperation is not working together. Like SWAMO and the BSPA and PZM, they should all be working together to create the best season possible for the riders. Yeah. And by just limiting them to riding in one country outside the Polish league or whatever it was, what's the point? Like, what are you going to make out of it? More money in your own pocket?
But it's like Sam was saying. I remember I spoke to Doyley. Where did Doyley win 2017, wasn't it? It was 2018 in Torrent after the Grand Prix. And he said that he'd done more meetings in 2017 than he's ever done on any season in any one season, you know, and his riding was better. He became world champion, you know. So, yes, there are some of the top boys that only want to ride in Poland and stuff. But then, like you say, there's other riders out there, Batch as well. There's somebody who wants to be riding all the time, and that's going to help them become better riders. You know, it's not. It is a.
They're self-employed at the end of the day, isn't it? You're a business, Sam, right?
Well, man, yeah, it is a business, and more riding, more money, and it helps for every other league as well. But yeah, I don't believe in that at all. Really, it's a bit of a power.
It's such a turn of events. The first year that I come over to the UK, the British League was ranked the #1 league. And Poland was, you know, obviously the issues of getting there. It's a long drive. They never used to pay. It was, you know, Britain had rights of the riders. It's such a massive turnaround and such a shame for a country that you know, a decade and a half ago or 2 decades ago was on top of the world. Like the first meeting I went to, I think it was at Coventry. It was Billy Hamill at 1, Greg at number 3, and Brian Anderson. So the world #1, 2, and 6 in the same team. You go to Ipswich, you had Rickardsson and Golub and a young Yari Campbell and Paul with Lee Adams and Mark the Ram, I think Gary Havelock. It was just such a brilliant time in British Speedway, and I don't think it's fair that it can be swung around like this, even though Britain's going through, you know, a turbulent time. And look, the money they're chucking at the sport to the big guys, and I know it's a privilege and what these blokes make they deserve, but not everyone gets it. But I understand that, you know, it is financially motivating when a team says, don't go and do that league and we'll pay you this. You know, it's it can't be building the sport.
No, that's a bit like you said, Doyley rode more ever, and that's the best year he had. It works different for everyone, I think.
Yeah.
Some riders don't need to ride too much to be good at the top of their game. Others do, but I remember that same year Doyley won the world title. I was riding 2 leagues in England, Sweden, Poland, and Denmark. I think I ended up doing about 116 meetings, and I was injured for 3 or 4 weeks with a broken collarbone, so I could have probably done 130 meetings. But anyway, I was pretty wrecked by the end of it and whatever. But in like June or July, I can't remember what month it was, I'd done 27 meetings. I had like 3 days off in the whole month. And someone come up to me and I said, they go, "Hey, you feeling, mate?" And I said, "Well, I'm not good," you know. But he's like, "You scoring on the points?" I said, "Yeah, I was don't, you know, tired, whatever." He said, this is at the end of the year. He said, "You know, you had 27 meetings in July." I think it was July. And if you add up your average over the whole year, every month, your highest average month was July, because I was just riding. You just get the tapes, you don't think. It's good for us, you know. And I'm not extra league or anything like that. So, but still, I was still racing in the top league in Sweden and in England, and I was scoring the most points like that. So, again, it works different for everyone, but I think the Australians, they need to be busy. And
is that because you're so far from home, pal? Like,
maybe we don't have family and everything here just to go and see. I can't go see our mum and dad or nan and pop and, you know, best mates and cousins or whatever.
I've always said that, you know, the Aussie boys. I remember I was in Poland before, and like Rowan Tungate and stuff were there, and they were at meetings. They didn't even have a team spot in Poland at the time, you know. But the British boys don't seem to do that the same way as the Aussie boys do. But for you guys, it's such a mission to come here. You make the most of every opportunity, and you know, why wouldn't you? You know, you are on the other side of the world, and you know,
you only get really one crack at it. You know, if we sort of fail, we ain't got our mum and dads and the family around us to just help us all the way. We don't have a workshop at our mum and dad's house, or we don't have someone packing our lunch to go. I'm not saying all the Brits get that either, but still got that back up there, and they know that, I don't know, we have to win. We have to win races or score points to feed ourselves, you know.
Mate, you've just taken me back to 98, 99, 2000, Sam.
Who was you with then, Charlesy?
I can't say, it's top secret. So, but that's the thought that we had, is there was no backup in terms of being able to perhaps work as well. You know, I know a lot of the young Brits, and some of the Brits can do part-time work because their visa allows them, and all that sort of stuff. And it is that winning mentality. And coming out of Australia where everything's individual, everything is so competitive. Even a Speedway experience day with Craig Boyce turns into something competitive. You got to turn up with the best kit, and every second bloke to come out of Newcastle seems to be able to ride a motorbike. So there's some competition out of your hometown as well, pal.
Yeah, that's right. And yeah, that's like you said, visas. Visas is another thing that we don't come over here on a working visa. It's a race, like a sports visa. We can only race Speedway. So we can't go and just do some work for old mate next door because to save it, we put a little bit of money in our pocket. We have to score points or we're going home. Yeah. So I think that's why, I don't know, and when we come here, it's like stop your life in Australia and like start big time. And like the English kids can, we're going to have a ride here if you want, we're going to have a ride there if you want. It's like, they don't have to.
I know the way you're saying it, and it's not disrespectful to the British riders. It is different. It's just a different setup, and obviously visas are a massive part. So this is your full winter, but you have stayed to December before, haven't you?
Last year, yeah, I was waiting for my leave to remain residency permit to turn up, and we were meant to get it within 48 hours. About now, November this time last year. Yeah, like 6 weeks later, we're still here going like, oh, man, are we going to
get a bit hippie?
We just had we've got a brand new baby too, which none of our family had seen at this stage either. So we're house hopping around all these friends and like people that we know with a brand new baby going like, yeah, we're going home soon. We should get this visa soon. 6 weeks on, and we're like, and then we couldn't get Lenny a passport because he was born in England with 2 Australian parents. He wasn't like, they said it could take 4 months to get him an Australian passport, and oh man, it was a mission. But I had to get my residency permit for him to get a British passport, but that wasn't coming. Oh man, it was a mission. Deegan was on the phone in tears at times. My mum was helping out over there in Australia, and eventually we got it sorted and we were home for Christmas. But yeah.
So fast forward a year, what's both of your families now? I guess I see on social media, and I know we know a lot of the same people back home. You're going to miss the summer riding motocross. You know, what are your mates saying? What are your family saying? It's not as if they can hop on a plane and come here.
Well, if things change a lot, we could probably go home. You know, they've got this quarantine rule in Australia, which is ridiculous. You've got to stay in a hotel and you got to pay for it.
Yeah.
And that ain't cheap. It's about $4,000 for us.
Yeah, it's $3,000 for the first adult, $1,000 for the second adult, and $500 a child. Yeah, unless they're under 5, might be free.
And then the flights aren't cheap at the minute, which are hard to come by. So it's like we're not stuck, but we're not really. I don't know. We might just stay put for a bit until the rules change or there's more flights or whatever. But in our head, we're staying here. So.
Yeah, look, it's probably the best way to go about it. And if you do get home to see your family and friends, it's a bonus. If not, Sam, it's going to be a significant amount of time until you get to see them again.
Yeah, that's right. Like my friends have been saying, we hope you get home. So like, there's a little bit of hope there still, but I don't know if we will. But anyway, we were home most of the year. We were there till July or whatever.
Yeah.
And then Poland. So it's not like we've been here since March this year, and we haven't seen them for a long time. But it'll be the longest time away from them anyway. At the end of next year, we don't get.
Who's your best mate you're missing? If you had to name one.
James Bevan.
Yeah. Oh, loose kid.
Maybe I'll get him to come in.
I tell you what, he'd thrive here, wouldn't he?
He'd do well. He'd be all right.
His long track bike out and go around Eastbourne.
Yeah, I know. I reckon wherever you live, the town would know him by the time he went home.
He's certainly a character, and I think we've had a few shows with different Aussies, and we talk about the characters that we know in Australian Speedway throughout the years growing up. that go to Australia, and there's a lot of them I wish would come over. One of them is Wombat. I just wish he'd get over here. I think it turned the country upside down. But there's a lot of talented people over there in Australia and Speedway supporters that you just think, oh, you should come over and maybe just experience Cardiff. Imagine Bevel at Cardiff.
Oh man, we've always said that. We don't know if it'd be a good or a bad thing. Cardiff would never be the same again. We need to get him here because he says every year he's good mates with Doyley. I think he's best man at his wedding, and he needs to get here while Doyley's in the GPs and do Cardiff, you know.
So Wilbur was talking about, you know, seeing his dad win a world title on text. I guess you've got the benefit of what we're doing here on the show, speaking to your family, and they get to see Lenny evolve as well.
Yeah, that's we've got the FaceTime and all that, so it was a little bit different to back when the Hancock family were doing it. Craig would have been away for weeks on end at times, I suppose, when he was busy. So hats off to Jenny for putting up with 3 rascals, I suppose.
Wilbs. The Aussie champ pulling you out. You see his number 11 in the 250, Sam, as well. He's got his 11 plate back there.
Oh, 11, is it? Good on you, mate.
But it's crazy, and to look back, I have a pretty amazing mom, I should say. I mean, I don't know how she could stand it. And for my dad, he won. That year was one of the best years he's ever had. I mean, he won the Danish championship. He rode in Britain, I believe. He rode in Poland, Sweden. And every single league he rode in, he won. Like they won the championship, and then he won the world championship as well. And
Wilbur was only 5 years old.
Yeah.
Wilbur was the 35cc world champion back then, weren't you, Wilbs?
35?
Yeah, 35cc.
Yeah, 35cc champion. Push bike champion, actually.
Yeah.
Hey, King Carl got you back.
That goes back to you get busy, you ride better. There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
We nearly got to the point of Sam's infamous moment in the Speedway Grand Prix, and then we've scooted over it and we haven't gone over it. So let's go back to that a second. So, Sam, do you remember what was said here?
I don't know. It pissed me off by the looks of it. I can't remember, mate. I can't remember. But I wasn't happy with it anyway. I won't do
look at old filthy Phil in there. He's my mate.
There's the clerk of the course. Oh, the jerk of the course.
I guess Nicky had a reputation, Sam, and you weren't going to be bullied.
You know, I didn't even, talking to this, he did sort of come across me quite hard, and after the race I only looked at him. I didn't say anything. He come to me, and that's when it was on. And everyone's going, oh, you're a sore loser. Some people loved it.
Yeah.
But I never said anything. I never said anything. He knew he'd stir me up, I reckon. He did.
Yeah. Let's carry on. Let's see what happens now.
Oh, man.
Damn, you threw a nice nice couple hooks there.
But you know that plastic we stood on, I had a steel shoe on too, man. That was slippery.
That's a boxer.
Was that Tungate that just wrote? What's Tungate? He's like 4 foot. He's like running in like I'm gonna break it up.
I don't think he was there. Maybe.
I think he was the.
No, it wasn't that.
I've seen Sedgman. Yeah, Sedgman in there.
Where are you talking, Wilbur?
Right about there.
Yeah, Justin Sedgman.
That's Sedgman.
Justin Sedgman.
Oh, I was thinking.
Yeah.
One of them short Aussies.
So, where's the replay of the? What was the fine, Sam?
We can watch the race.
What a track that was!
Oh man, for an indoor thing, what a.
So we've missed it, haven't we? No.
Oh, we've missed it. We missed it. Okay, let's go to the tapes.
I
mean,
and it's that half a bike that is what makes it at the Grand Prix, isn't it? That half a bike length.
Oh yeah, it's a different. I was only riding in the Premier League in England at this stage. I didn't race Poland or Sweden or nothing. So for me to go from the Premier League to race against these boys, I was kind of mixing it up a bit.
So there's nothing wrong with that. And now
what am I doing here?
Oh, David tapping the
back. This is where he puts it. Oh, Jesus.
Okay.
See, that wasn't.
That's where it happened.
It wasn't bad, but it wasn't nice.
Yeah, but then Kasperzak takes advantage as well. It's going to wind you up.
But again, I didn't even say anything. That's the problem, He knew what he done.
Right.
He's a legend. Anyway, Nick, he's a good bloke with the sport anyway. It's cool to watch him. Not so fun to race against him, but he's all right.
Look, I think credit where credit due, and I think everyone in Speedway's had a run-in with Nicky Pedersen, but there's been a time where Nicky certainly has contributed to the excitement of the sport.
Man, he's awesome to watch. It is good for a spectator. And I raced with him in Sweden a couple of years, and I love being pitted next to him because, man, he gives them mechanics heaps.
Does he?
Oh, it's good to see.
Cool. How much does the guy with the fan get paid? That's what I wanted to know. I reckon that was a perfect job for me with someone.
They pay him.
They pay him.
Someone's here asking, why did you sell Little Ed?
Oh, yeah, because they got me that engine. Little Ed. That's an engine, Little Ed.
Oh, so
I think it blew up. Disintegrated, that one.
Needed the cash.
I didn't sell it. I don't think I got anything for it.
That was a tremendous punch.
You're not scared, are you, Sam? You did boxing as a kid, didn't you?
Yeah, I did a little bit when I was young. Before I went there, I haven't done much since, but.
So, what do you think about Boise with this Speedway experience that he's doing for people to come and try and I think buy a bike and experience the sport? Are you seeing the benefits each year you go back?
Well, I never really knew much about it till I was home this year. When I don't think he does much. I don't know what they do in the summer when we're home. I didn't see it the last couple of years, but when I was home this year through the Australian winter, out the summer in Europe, I went and done a day with him and seen the young kids, and he's perfect for it. He knows what to say at the right time. He's a legend, He's got that energy for it, and man, he had some young kids, a lot of young kids there, and a lot of riders on the 500s, like older dudes, just there enjoying themselves. I think over the time, and Mick Holder does a lot too. He's a legend when it comes to the progression in the sport in Australia.
Look at this, Drew Etheridge. Drew woke up in Australia to say hi. A legend of the sport. How are you, Drew? Used to get on the tools for Crispy. In the day, I think he's doing go-karts now. Who's the lap record holder at Buttai Creek Speedway on the 18?
Me.
Good morning, Drew.
Smash the record.
I remember when I used to have a little ride, Sam. You talk about Boise. I think it was 95 when I was having a skid, and he was the world number 3, and he held a training school at Mulbring, not far from Shields' house.
Yeah.
And mate, I could run through all the names. Dennis Short, Lee Finance, mate. The whole lot was there, and there was one guy there. And he wasn't given enough welly at the start line. So Boise just goes over when you're at the start and just hold your right hand flat. You got no choice but to let go of the clutch and off you go. And that's how he used to teach you how to start.
Mark Phillips did that with me. I remember being on the start line at Trelawney, and I'm there and I'm going, and it's like not really going. And he just come up behind me. I didn't even know he was there, and just went and just pinned it flat out. And I went, fuck, it's making a lot of noise. And I just dumped the clutch, and it was the best start I'd ever made. And I was like, oh.
And your career still went backwards from there, Jez.
Yeah, I ran my mum over, didn't I?
Yeah, he nearly killed his mum. I tell you what about Boise. I speak to him a lot, and I was showing. I woke up this morning, and I thought, geez, that's weird.
Yeah.
I've had a couple of missed calls from Boise. Oh, it's bloody Melbourne Cup Day, isn't it? So I've rang him back, and he's in his garage. Oh, I can hear his back yelling at him to turn the music down. Lee Hearn's on the microphone. Watto's in the background on a skateboard, and Boise's got some sort of hat on. I must have had him on Face or Messenger video for about 45 minutes, and it ended with Boise going, Childesy, give me a kiss. Here it is. And he goes, Boise's going, I love you, man. Give me a kiss. I had to hang up. He's a dead legend.
It's normally a Saturday night from Chelsea. That is the sort of behaviour I get.
Yeah, it was a bit of a. But look, that's certainly you're gonna miss getting back home, and it's a bit of a shenanigans the Australian summer. I know you get up to a lot on your motocross and enduro bikes with Bevo and all. It's a big part of your training, I guess, as well, Sam.
Yeah, I do a lot of mountain biking. Pretty much every day we're doing something: mountain biking, push biking, a bit of running, and the weather gives you that motivation. So I normally start the season quite fit and not as fit, but I don't know how I'm going to get the motivation to do that here. What am I going to do? But no gyms or anything are open at the minute with this lockdown too, so might be doing a bit of running through.
Mate, we're coming out of lockdown on Monday, and 15 minutes that way he's going into lockdown for a month on this Thursday.
Makes sense.
For me, and I will say it to our viewers that watch, if you're in the UK and it's affected you, I know there's a few people that have had birthday plans, ruined, and some people say it's not the end of the world, but it is, because it's been dragging on. So again, this show was started out of lockdown, and everyone in England, we know you're going into a tough time. Jakey Barrett. I know you're going into a tough time, and from everyone, from Jerry, Wilbur, myself, and obviously Sam, and everyone, just stay safe and look after each other for what's ahead, because it's going to be brutal this winter. So we just need to get through it. Spoke to Jake Barrett in the bath the other night, and he was telling me the first meeting that he ever spent for, he just got told to wait at a train station, and you're picking him up in a van. Can you remember?
Me?
Yeah. I think that's the story. Let me get him on the phone. Hang on. Jake Barrett, everyone's going on to better things. They've had Jake on the tools and going on to better things. Hang on.
No. Me and Jake spent a lot of time together, back in the day. He never had a license, though. So I was traveling up and down the country. I was doing the driving, and sometimes he might have jumped in the driver's seat. I was a little bit tired at times, but me and Jake.
Hang on a second. Hey, I know he's. You're going to go down and see him. If you don't mind, let me just. Last time we tried old Jakey, he was living in a caravan with no internet. So let's just. There you, Jake. I've just sent you a link. Come on and say hello to Sam. We got this run and joke with Jake. He's worked for everyone.
I taught him everything.
Did you? We'll soon see. I think he was going over to his mum so he could have internet. Without the help of people like Jake, mechanics are the unsung heroes. I used to be one for years.
Yeah, that's right. We need you guys.
Who for, Charlie?
Greg Hancock.
Oh, hang on. Jake, 2 secs. I'm just picking me mum up. Look, right. Without the help of people that are here, Sam, you can't afford to bring a mechanic over, mate, in all seriousness.
No, Jake was awesome, man. He helped me. He was always there when needed. I think he lost a few jobs while he was working for me, taking days off here and there and everywhere, and I'd bend a bike. He'd be there to help the next day and take the day off work to help me fix the bike. He was awesome help, Jake's. But we need them guys, especially when we're starting again. Like, we come here from Australia all by ourselves. I think I was only 18 or whatever I was, on my own, just traveling up and down the country. And people like Jake made life a lot easier than you think at the time. You know, when you look back at it, you're like, what a legend for doing what they do.
You speak about that. Jerry was only talking before the show. He used to be the spare mechanic at Exeter.
Right.
Wait, Jez?
What was that? I didn't hear what you said.
See, this is what I work with, Sam. I
There's lots of interest in this.
was saying you used to be the spare mechanic, not in that way.
Yeah.
At Exeter.
Yeah. I used to go with Simon Stevens, and I was just like the spare hand in the pits, and I used to help pretty much everyone.
You still doing
Colsey?
Still doing your magic tricks and that?
Nah.
Oh, good luck with that. I went and stayed at his house. I couldn't even get the one trick I asked for, and he spiked me as well.
I put you to sleep, didn't I?
Yeah, literally.
Well, you're not doing that anymore.
What's that?
Nah.
What's happened there?
Oh, I'll tell you. Great question, well presented, deserves an answer. So we were doing the live stream at Plymouth the next day.
No, he's asking why I finished doing magic, not why you were sleeping on my sofa for 3 hours.
Oh, it's a better story. Turns out Jerry wasn't magic.
Yeah. No, I just fell out of love of it, really, if I'm completely honest. And I was in Australia, I was in WA, and I had a phone call to go and do Masters of Dirt in Vienna. So I did this show to 28,000 people, and I thought if I'm going to retire, that's how I want to retire. I'm going to go out with a bang, and so I did. And then I came home and I've set up a media company, and things are pretty good. Regular. Where before I used to earn loads of money, but it was always infrequent. So you could never know where you were and stuff. And life's a lot easier now. It's more regular.
That's who I used to work. I don't know how you spell it. Is it what pronounce it? Waito? Is it?
Yeah, something like
that. From Jai Etheridge. Charlesy asked Sudden he drank any smooth ones lately.
Watching me figure, mate. Reggie, he's another one that helped me a lot, traveling up and down the country, swinging spanners. Probably lost a job, probably because of me, maybe. I don't know.
Oh dear. Sorry, Gary. I can't please everyone. This is what does me head in. We're having a bit of a laugh on a chat show, and anyway, you get some things. Maybe just having a laugh. I can't change Speedway, Gary. I can concentrate all you like, pal, but on a serious note, we're four blokes having a laugh about the sport we love. Give me a break, fella. Yeah, I'm going for a rough time as well. Bloody hell. Honestly, it does me head in. You can't please everyone.
Jeanette's done sent us some gold stars, so we appreciate that.
Honestly, honestly, I'll speak out. It winds me up. Like, if anyone wants to go and start something and do a Speedway show, go and do it, guys. We don't. This costs us time. I've got Sudden Sam from Newcastle on, and all you want to bitch about is me supporting the BSBA. Fuck. Over it. Well, anyway, nice hat. Send me one of those.
What do you think? What do you think to the chat show, Sam? Have you been watching any of them?
No.
I've been pretty flat out the last couple of weeks, coming back from Poland and all that, in and out of Wi-Fi.
Yeah. So
awesome. You've had some good riders on here. I don't know why you got me on here.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Loose end, really. Had nothing else. No one else to talk to. Yeah.
And it's really good. I think he's doing a good job, and it'd be good to get us through the winter anyway.
Yeah,
I won't be doing it now. Too many haters.
Right, here we go. We got Mr. Barrett on here. So we will finish the show pretty soon. I mean, we haven't been able to get a word in edgeways. So Wilbur's just not stopped the whole show.
Lad loves it.
But
it's
Jay.
the learning curve. Here he is. Hey,
it's Mr. Barrett himself.
Samuel.
Mr. Barrett. Hello, mate.
Jerry, put me backstage so someone else can talk.
There we go. Chelsea's sulking in the background. He's shaking his head. He's not happy. How are you, Jake? You good?
I'm good, Jazz. You?
Yeah, pretty good. So you have fond memories of working with Sam?
Yeah, we had some fun. We had some fun, definitely.
So, what was Charlesy talking about with the train station thing? Is that?
Yeah, so it was like the first ever time I met Sam. He turned up. I came to the train station, and the sponsor that he was living with, I literally just got in the van, and he was like, "This is Sam," and I was like, "Oh, hey." And then that was it. We just sort of went back to where he was living, and yeah, we just been friends ever since.
Yeah, I remember that. I do remember now what you're saying.
It was like the first ever, like your second day in England or something.
Yeah, jet lag.
Yeah, we had some fun.
Yeah, we had. You kept me out of trouble anyway. You
got me into trouble, mate.
I got you into trouble. You kept me out of it.
Lost some jobs. But I wouldn't
there you go.
Wouldn't change it. It was fun.
Yeah, the good old
Brilliant.
days.
That's awesome.
Right. If you guys stay in the background, we're going to finish the show, and then we'll bring you all back on, and we'll have like a after show, after party.
Sure.
We'll speak to you in a second. So
thanks, guys. It's been awesome.
There you go. Yeah. Cheers. I'll just drop you back in a second. Yeah, Sam, thanks very much for coming on, bud. It's been a pleasure having you on, and yeah, we'll keep you up to date. And if you're at a loose end over the winter, let's try and come up with another reason to get you back on the show, and we'll what's he doing? Well, Charlie's doing something. What are you doing, Charlie?
Sorry, Chrissy Hibbs, thank you, just messaged me. Massive shout out to Thomas Gollard. We're hearing reports out of Poland that he's critically ill in hospital with sepsis. So massive shout out to Thomas, one of the legends of the sport, and hope he gets better soon. Thanks, Chrissy. Yeah, we did discuss it before the show. Sorry to come back on and ruin some people's nights, but I think that's important. Chuck me back.
For sure. All right.
Right.
Peace.
So yeah, Sam, thanks very much for coming on, and let's try and get another show in the winter, and let us know how it's going for your first glorious winter in the UK.
Yep, keep checking up on me. I'll be pretty bored. I have plenty of time on my hands, so if you need me, I'll be here. Hey, man. Well, he'll keep me.
Have a good one.
I'm sure he will.
Stay safe, guys. Peace.
See you, mate.
Cheers.
That was awesome. A great show.
It was a good show, yeah. So next week, of course, yeah. Like you don't realize what goes on for these boys, and you see them how it is normally, but the whole season's been turned upside down for some of these boys this year, and unprecedented times.
Even in just in a regular year, it's a lot of work for riders to go over to Europe, especially from Aussie or America or something like that. It's so much. It's a lot to think about, and with these circumstances, it's very huge respect to the riders that are doing what they're doing to put on a great show for all the fans.
So next week's show, we have Jason Doyle. So if you want to
2017 champ,
if you want to drop us some questions that you want Doyley to answer, the more chance of us getting those questions answered if you message us before the show. So we'll put a post out this week and just drop the questions in the comments, and we'll make sure we get it answered. But we also do have a massive announcement, and I'm going to do everything I possibly can to get everything signed off so we can talk about it next Tuesday. But it's a big project that's going to go on throughout the winter. Does involve Wilbur, does involve his dad, possibly, if we can make that happen. I think your dad's keen, isn't he, Wilbur?
Yes, he's very keen. We're all excited. So, it's going to be good.
So we got that. So it's going to be something cool. And if we can, like I said, if we can get it all signed off for next week, then we will announce it and we'll get that ball rolling. So it's going to be an exciting time. Even though we're going to be in lockdown, it's going to still hopefully keep us busy, and we're going to do some cool stuff. For sure. So we'll see you next Tuesday, and speak soon.
Have a good one.